You know our next guest from the hit Bravo show, Vanderpump Rules, and today in a doctor's exclusive, she's opening up about a traumatic experience that took over 3.5 years to fix.
It was August 19th, 2012. We had just finished filming our season 1 of Vanderpump Rules. We all went out to celebrate that night, and as we were getting up to leave, all I remember is I was like a giraffe on an ice skating rink. Just fell so fast that my hands couldn't even break my fall. Flat on my face. I kind of come to, and I was just like, oh my God, I just taste all of this blood in my mouth. This tooth, it was hanging by a thread. This one was chipped, this one was chipped, this one was chipped. My boss, Lisa Vanderpump, she had set me up with Dr. Rifkin. He said that there was most likely a fracture in the root of the tooth. I was starting to feel some pain just right up here, and the pain was just getting worse and worse, and I lifted up my gums, and all up here, it was just like a white, mass of infection. After we took the tooth out, the infection was so bad that it just ate away all of the bone on the roof of my mouth. All the bone grafts we did just weren't taking. So I wasn't a candidate for an implant. I went a good 2 years without even being able to bite into food.
It was really tough. It was such a roller coaster ride of emotions.
It affected our relationship a lot because I was even afraid to just kiss him. Then I'm getting married. So I get a plastic temporary bridge put in. It looked great for the wedding. In October 2014, we were able to do my full porcelain bridge. Now I have a 3-tooth bridge, and I think I'm done. Now I have a great smile.
Scheana now joins us with cosmetic and restorative dentist Dr. Rifkin, and look at that smile. You never know.
Amazing.
So I'm curious, going through all this while you're taping and everything, how did you do that?
It was so difficult. I mean, I'm a very confident person normally, and having to go through that on camera, being called out, the first scene I filmed season 2 by one of the housewives, she was like, oh, your tooth, it looks gray and dead, what's wrong? And I had just come off of getting a gum graft done, so my gums were bruised, my gums were purple. There was no dead tooth. I had a tooth bonded into these two because I refused to wear a flipper every day filming. I didn't want that to affect my speech on camera.
But Dr. Rifkin, first of all, you did an amazing job.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
I think when you saw in the tape piece how bad the trauma was, again, we've said it before, it bears repeating. This is not only a cosmetic vanity issue. There was some real complications there. So how challenging was this for you to fix?
Well, we do these procedures with fair frequency, and we know it is a time challenge. It takes a few steps to get to this point. The most important thing is to, first of all, when Scheana fell, I want to make sure that she didn't have a concussion and that she had the proper medical treatment follow-up. That was the first thing, because the teeth couldn't be repaired. Yes, it's an ordeal to some degree. We want to make sure that she's medically okay. The challenge, the damage that she had suffered was mostly to the front part of her mouth, obviously. Fortunately, she didn't have any lip lacerations that would require maybe plastic surgery, but it was all internal. But nevertheless, can you imagine any of us losing one of our front teeth? No. I mean, it's the center of our smile.
Right.
And often you'll see people that have had damage and the teeth are asymmetric, and you know it's dentistry. And the goal is to not have it look like dentistry. So it requires some patience, a series of steps, and some plastic surgery with microsurgery with the grafting that we do that, doctor.
So is the biggest tip for someone in Scheana's situation, obviously number one, prevention, but in her process, it was having patience, because that's a long time.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
but I think the biggest challenge for Scheana and for me was to make sure that she could work with confidence and not have her self-esteem destroyed by this. Because if I lost my front tooth, I would be very concerned about how I would look from then on out. And smiles are very important to us, as we all know. Yeah. And Scheana was obviously a rising star. She is a beautiful woman, and she wants to maintain that beauty and wants to maintain her career. So being able to do these reconstructive procedures and maintain her career at the same time, always having her look good every day so that she wouldn't be worried about it.
I think the takeaway for anyone watching out there, if you have suffered damage like this, there are docs out there like Dr. Rifkin who can take you from point A to whatever it is, point Z, and you can still maintain your smile along the way.